Mr. Beagley.
Hey there guys and gals, it's Gerbeagly with another quick little vlog update thing because it's been a while since I've checked in with you guys. We are now like a little bit over a week into February, so January is dead and gone. And from what I heard from a lot of you guys, you didn't have the best of Januaries. I personally had like an awesome January. I had like a really good January. I obviously did this to my hair, big change. It's one of those sort of like new big change. So it's like a new perspective. It's a new fresh, weird approach. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you as well. It's like, you know, you go out, you get like your ear pierced, or you get like a new shirt you really like. Just one of those things that sort of like is sort of a confidence booster. Morgan and I actually just went to the store today to get more bleach so that this is going to get brighter. It's going to get closer to like a platinum blonde. We're going to try to make it like silvery or whitish. I have no idea how it's going to come out, obviously, but we're going to like tone the crap out of it and just see if I can become really anime or K-pop with it. But yeah, January was big. I did the P.O. Box opening video finally. It was like months and months of stuff, and I got a lot of really interesting items. If you guys haven't seen that video, then it's called, I think like someone sent me a crack pipe or something like that, because I literally got some weird shit in my P.O. Box. By the way, if you guys aren't aware of the P.O. Box videos, but you want to be featured in one, you can send stuff to my P.O. Box. The address of it is always in the description, but I'm planning on doing those a lot more frequently and not just like stockpiling stuff for like 6 months. So yeah, that should be a good thing. Obviously, I also have to do the Tumblr confessions video still. I'm going to do that. If you haven't sent a confession through, obviously you've been given a lot of extensions to that deadline. You can go to my Tumblr, which is, I think, also linked below in the description. If it's not, I'll put an individual link in there. But if you go to the Tumblr, you leave an anonymous ask so that I don't know that it's you who sent it, and you can put in a confession. You can be like, when I was 7, I put bees in my sister's hair and they stung her 50 times and I still don't feel bad about it to this day. You know, just anything you want to get off your chest, as long as it's like appropriate for me to talk about here on the channel. That's gonna be like a fun one, because I'm just gonna react to what your weird confessions are. So that's something else that I have planned. What else did I do? I'm trying to think. I'm an idiot and I forget everything that I do within like 5 minutes. So give me a second. Oh yeah, I finally did like a bunch of sponsored stuff. I did like the Nancy Drew video, and I've been doing like a bunch of other sponsored things for like other websites behind the scenes, just to sort of like have stuff to do, as well as make sure that I'm fulfilling like business obligations. The Nancy Drew video is really fun. I had a couple people leave comments that apparently that was like a big disappointment to them. Not the fact that I got sponsored work, because God, I remember the days where I just did stuff for free like that, and it sucked because I have bills and rent to pay. So I'm really happy that most people tend to be like really encouraging about me getting sponsored work. They're like really proud of me and happy that the channel's progressed enough that I get those offers. But it was more along the lines of, I guess that Nancy Drew game was like on hold for a very long time, and the company that's behind it unfortunately like didn't deliver on a bunch of the promises that they had originally set out with when they first started developing the game. I know that it's a game that has like a different approach from like the last one that I did a sponsored video on, and this newest one, I'm hoping, because it's like sort of like an updated approach, sort of captures the interest of more casual Nancy Drew fans and point and click fans, and they're able to like get into the idea of like supporting the point and click genre, and then maybe the next game that Her Interactive creates will be more fulfilling to like the long-term fans. That's like my only spin on it, my only takeaway from it, trying to be as positive as possible. But that was like a really fun video, and I'm really glad that people did support that video, and just also like kept me in the know, because like I obviously can't keep up with every single game dev and their history and stuff like that. So just know that like if I didn't reply to you about like your criticisms of the actual video or of the company or whatever. It wasn't me just like ignoring you. It was more of me like processing and doing my own research and trying to figure stuff out. But I really always appreciate the feedback. You guys are so great about that kind of thing. But anyway, going back to the original point of this video that I was bringing up, I haven't checked in with you guys since I think like mid-January, which is a really long time. Momentum from like the Unasana shoutouts has kind of slowed down. It was really fun while it lasted, but at the same time, I've actually started working on thumbnails more, which you guys hopefully have been able to see. I've been trying to improve sort of the quality of them. I'm still not spending like hours and hours on them like some people do, but I'm learning techniques. I try to watch like a couple tutorials every few days and just sort of sharpen my technique and have fun with it. And I hope that you guys have noticed. I hope that it's something that I'm actually improving on. And again, I am really thankful. Like, I know that some people came by and they were like, wow, man, you like really do suck at thumbnails, because that's what Ethan and Mark were saying in the video. But also, I'm friends with them. I'm close to both of them, and their criticisms are things that I'm so thankful for because they're valid. And even though they're sort of tongue-in-cheek and it's us sort of having this banter and back and forth and things like that, it really has helped me sort of like reevaluate my approach to the channel and the presentation and everything like that. And I hope that that's something that's remained inherently me, but also has made things a lot more fun for you guys and more approachable and everything like that. Like I said, I just had like a really good January. Morgan has agreed to help me with like Twitch streams coming up. We're gonna do like, I know I always have these like promises, like we're gonna do this, and then like it takes me months to do it. I'm trying to be less like that this year, and I think I'm doing an okay job at it. Obviously, it's gonna be like a slow process, but I'm getting a little bit better about it, and I'm not just letting like promises fall by the wayside. But there will be more like cosplay streams over on Twitch where I'm gonna be doing Girl Beagly cosplay. I'm gonna do like anime character cosplay and video game character cosplay. I'm very new to the cosplay world. I actually am like dog shit at knowing anything about cosplay. So I'm probably gonna mainly do like closet cosplays where it's just like I go thrifting for items or I buy them online or whatever, and I just like dress up as characters and just sort of experiment that way. But if you're someone who's like a long-standing cosplayer and you have any tips for me, please let me know down below in the comments. I would love tips. I would love advice. Just know I'm a newbie, so like I'm not gonna be super familiar with like the idea of like working with Warbla or whatever the hell like cosplayers do. I'm not gonna be building my own stuff at first. It's mainly just gonna be fun. It's like Instagram moment worthy stuff, and that's about it. But I'm looking forward to doing that. I've obviously talked a lot about this over the years, but I'm also really interested into getting into like voice acting. So that's gonna be like a really cool thing that I'm gonna definitely work on this year. I just feel like a lot more driven this year. I feel like a lot more goal oriented, and I'm just very excited to pursue the hobbies that I have that, again, I've been sort of unreliable on, where I just like talk about wanting to do this stuff. I wanna do this. And then for whatever reason, I like psych myself out or I come up with excuses about how I'm too busy. It's not like I'm really making up excuses. It's just like things pile on, and then I let them all pile on at the same time. And then as a factor of my bad time management, I really don't end up having time for the things I want to pursue. But voice acting is something I've talked about for years, and there's finally this year been a couple little opportunities that have been cropping up where it might become a reality. Really excited about it. There's actually something that I mentioned on Twitter a little bit ago about like being featured in a game, like my likeness being featured as like an Easter egg. There's a new game, I'll leave a link for it down below in the description, but it's called My Beautiful Paper Smile, which is made by the same dev as the indie game My Friend is a Raven that I played a little bit ago that I really enjoyed. It has sort of this like 2D, like 2.5D look to it, where it's like paper cutout characters and stuff, like in sort of a like 3D-ish environment with like depth of field and stuff, but it's like this creepy sketch style. But that dev made this game called My Beautiful Paper Smile, and they reached out and they asked if I wanted my likeness in it. So there's actually like a really creepy picture of me in the game that people can find. So obviously go to the Steam page, support that game. But I've been talking to the dev, and I might have a chance to do some voice work in the game as well. It's not a guarantee yet, but again, these are the little like opportunities that are popping up this year that I'm just so excited for, and I wouldn't have them without you guys at my back supporting me and rooting me on and encouraging me and like just sort of being there every step of my journey. Because as you guys saw in like 2019 especially, I had a lot of like mental health struggles. I had a lot of just like self-doubting moments, and my imposter syndrome was like at an all-time high. I just never put myself out in any sort of way because like I was just always like, man, I'm not worthy of anything that's come my way so far. Why would I be worthy for future opportunities? And I was just like constantly brutalizing myself. And a lot of you guys like have said some really nice things. It wasn't like sugarcoating anything. You guys were just like super positive, but in a realistic way. And it did help shape my perspective a lot more. And it did help me go, you know what, I should really just control what I can control. I shouldn't get overwhelmed by the things that are outside my control. I should do everything I can within my power that I do have power over. And that's been something that's been like a driving mantra this year for me. There's been a couple times I felt really overwhelmed, and I'm just like, okay, well, what is it that I can handle this second? Let's handle those things. And those are those small goals that add up into bigger goals over time. And again, I have this community to thank for that. You guys are like so amazing. I also got invited back to the St. Jude Play Live Summit at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Again, this year, I'm so excited to go back. I've met some of my like really good friends through this event. This will be my third year back. I've met so many other streamers. I've gotten to meet people that I normally wouldn't have an opportunity to meet and like bond with in our mutual love for legitimately just raising money to help battle childhood cancer and other diseases. And again, I wouldn't be invited to this thing if I didn't have such a passionate community who also wanted to help eradicate these horrible childhood illnesses. Like that's something that is so giving and empathetic and just selfless that you guys are so involved in. And it just, it brings me to tears when I like think about it. And I'm just so proud of this community. And I'm so proud that I get to go back and represent this community again in a couple months here. But I'm very excited for that. I get to, you know, obviously tour the hospital again and meet families and meet a lot of the kids who are affected by this awful, awful condition, and just hopefully give them a day of fun and a little bit of hope. And that's me basically just channeling the good vibes from this community. And I don't know, I'm just so hopeful and so thankful so far for 2020. And this loops all the way back to one of the points I was making at the beginning of this video that, you know, some of you reached out and you told me, yeah, January 2020 sucked. I'm so glad January is over. It was such a bad time for me. There were so many like horrible moments or like low lows. But I've also had a lot of you guys who the last time I streamed, you were talking about like, yeah, January sucked, but like things are already starting to look up for me. And that's something that I stress over there all the time on Twitch. Not to just keep plugging the Twitch, but if you don't watch my Twitch streams, you miss so much of me and so much of this community. But over on Twitch, a lot of the things that we do is we try to lift each other up during the bad times. Yes, absolutely. But when things start going into the black again, into the good times, into the positive moments and the just, you know, they grow and grow and grow. A lot of the reason that those moments grow for some people is because this community not only lifts people up when they're feeling down, but they push them up even further when things are going right, when things are going your way. We try to remind you that you are deserving of these good things, and we root you on and we go, we hope this momentum keeps up. And that's something that like I want to infuse more here on YouTube as well. Like I want to check in with you guys. I'm going to try to like vlog at least once a month and just do little updates and little check-ins and let you know how I'm doing. And hopefully you will watch my growth and you will be encouraged as well. And you will know that even if you're going through a bad time right now, it's not always gonna be bad. It can change just like that. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. It's something that I say all the time, and I'm always rooting for you guys. I am so happy to celebrate your victories. And actually, if you guys have any victories from the first week here of February or any of last month, let me know in the comments. Let me know about the good things that have been happening to you, because you're not just letting me know, you're letting the community know. People who scroll through the comments, you might have someone who becomes your fan and becomes like your #1 cheerleader, basically. Like, oh, cool. Like, you had this like health issue in January, but like you just went to this new doctor and they diagnosed you and gave you like the right meds and you're feeling like really good now. Like, you might have someone who's like, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of you for like pursuing and pushing through the hard times so that like things are gonna get better. That's something that I love about this community, is we are always ready to lift each other up. And I just wanted to say thank you for lifting me up as well, for giving me all these opportunities that I've been talking about and giving me the courage to push past my own sort of self-doubts where I go, oh, well, I'm never gonna be able to accomplish this thing, or I'm not worthy of this thing, or I shouldn't even try to get this opportunity because who's gonna look at me twice and think, yeah, that guy's worth it. You guys are the reason, you're a huge part of the reason why I'm still kicking and fighting and doing what I can to always make sure that you know that I care and that I am thankful and that I wanna do more and I wanna accomplish more and be more productive and just do my thing and hopefully have other people who enjoy watching me do my thing. You guys are such a huge part of that. But anyway, guys, that's I feel like I said a whole lot of nothing during this vlog. I have no idea how this is gonna come out. You know me with these things. I just ramble. I literally turn on the camera. I just ramble. I never have like a pre-constructed idea of what I'm gonna say in these. But I'm very excited to, like I said, finally be like featured in a video game. It's been a dream of mine since I was like a kid. If I get the voice acting role, I'll be so excited to do that. And you guys know I'll be plugging the crap out of the game even more if that's the case. But if you want to check out, again, My Beautiful Paper Smile, it's like a really small Easter egg. Like, your character has to like find like a hidden like piece of paper in like a shack or something like that in the game. And it's like this creepy, distorted like illustration of me. It's really creepy and cool. But I'm very excited for that. And it's like, I don't know, like there's just so many things that are going well or are going to possibly go even better as this year progresses for me. So just wanted to say thanks, just wanted to check in. Again, if you have those great little victory stories of 2020, share them down below in the comments. And if you have any advice for me with cosplay, share them down below in the comments. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.